Hey everybody, check it out! I did it! I got Legends in Act 6.3, and here's my legendary treasure to prove it. Of course, they're not including the exclusive 6-star champion yet because, well, they're waiting until all of the chapters come out before they do that. And after checking the leaderboard, it turns out I placed 69th, and you have to place top 60, which... Wait a minute, which means I didn't... I didn't do it. But that's all right. You know, can't get it every time, guys, and this time, well, I didn't get it. Congrats to the people who did qualify for top 60 and are getting that exclusive champion. I did get a little bit of rewards here for my troubles. You know, 10% in total of a Tier 5 class Catalyst, plus some Tier 5 Basic, plus a Tier 2 Alpha, and a Legends title, which I already had, so that one doesn't really matter so much. But sure, I'll take the Catalysts. You know, I was doing it for the exclusive 6-star. Those rewards, they really weren't worth the amount of units that went into the run, but I gave it a shot, you know. There was a couple issues throughout my run. Actually, there was several issues throughout my run. The first is that, you know, Act 6.3, it's tough content, man. And if you're not on top of your game, you know, there's not a whole lot of room for error, and you could just very quickly just, you know, if you miss time evading a special or something like that, you're done. You know, and you got to go back into the fight, and especially playing a champion like Corvus, you want to build that special 2, and sometimes I would almost be at the special 2, and I would miss time evading a special, a really easy to evade special 2, like Scarlet Witch's special or something that I've evaded 150,000 times, and I just couldn't seem to evade it. Just simple things like that. And then boom, start from scratch. Go ahead, start building that special meter back again. So, you know, unfortunately, that slowed me down a lot. So I can't even really be mad. It was kind of on me for not qualifying. There were a few other factors that were kind of outside of my control. Unfortunately, there were no cosmic boosts available in the loyalty store. You see this boost right here for tech champions. When you activate your Special 2 or Special 3, you restore up to 200% of your power meter based on the damage they deal. So when you hit with a hard-hitting Special 2, like with Corvus' Special 2 or with a tech boost like in Ghost case, you gain all that power back pretty much, and you could just rapid fire those specials back to back. And that's a huge deal, and I didn't have that going into the run. The boosts just weren't available. They weren't available for the last, I don't know, 10 or 12 days or something like that, leading up to, you know, the cutoff date. So it's not like I just cheaped out and didn't buy them or something like that. I was looking, I was waiting. They just never showed up, so I could never use them. Even during the run, a tech boost showed up, which would have been lovely if I was using Ghost, but of course don't have Ghost. So that led to me playing a different play style in order to try to conserve my charges, and I'll show you what that looks like real quick. So Corvus, a lot of people are familiar with Corvus. You know, sometimes you have to do different combos to hold your charges, like we all know. And because the enemies had so much health, sometimes what I was doing is I would go into the fight and I would parry, and I would just do a light attack, and parry and light attack, and just try to build up my meter that way. And look how slow that is, man. Especially when the AI is passive, compared to if I was doing full combos or even the 3-hit combos that some people do. You know, it's much faster to build up your special meter. So that killed me. That wasted so much time. And then, like I said, you know, sometimes I would get my special meter to about here, and I would just get hit with a special or something like that. I would end up, you know, dying, having to go back in and start that process over, and it was just extremely slow. So that really hurt, not having those cosmic boosts. There were things that I could have done to play around that a bit more, like if I had started the fight with a different champion and you know, got the enemy low and then went in with Corvus, got the kill, got the charge that way. You know, and even throughout the run, I found out that you know, without that boost, it was kind of faster for me to just use Omega Red. So maybe if I had used Omega Red the entire run, maybe I could have actually got it. I don't know. But just the amount of health that the opponents have in 6.3, It's like this Corvus was just a little too late, you know. He would have been much more helpful in the earlier chapters, but now their health is really starting to get up there, and you know, it's still doable with him, of course, but because, like I said, without having that boost and everything, I just wasn't getting enough power back on my specials. You know, I had the 150% boost, but it just wasn't enough. The few times I did have 2 of the big 200% boosts, and the few times that I got to actually use those, yeah, I was slicing through enemies no problem. So I'm pretty confident that if I had those boosts, I could have got it. So that was probably the biggest factor going into it. That outside of my own playing ability, like I said, I don't really want to throw out excuses because I wasn't playing that great that day. So it's all right. It's all right. You know, I'm probably not going to go for a Legends run again. I wasn't really into this Legends run all that much. It was still fun to do, but it was more fun to do because I was, you know, it's just with around good people. You know, a lot of positive people in the chat. Of course, Pete was on call doing his run. Legacy was there for a huge portion of the run, as well as some other people, and that made it fun. But otherwise, I don't really have fun doing the Legends runs. You know, it's crazy because in 5.4, that was at the time the most fun I had in the game, and that was doing a Legends run. But you know, I guess just my tastes have changed. You know, I really enjoy the itemless approach, or even if I'm not going to be doing completely 100% itemless, I just enjoy the approach of, you know, going in there, testing something out, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and then going back in and kind of doing that again. You know, with maybe a different strategy. And when you do a Legends run, you don't really have that opportunity to do that. You know, I'm a big fan of speed running in games. I have never really speed ran any games myself, but I mean, I guess I sort of have in this game with like Realm of Legends, going in and trying different synergies for certain champions and stuff like that. But talking about games outside of MCOC, you know, I'm a big fan of people, how they come up with these strategies, how they develop these strategies, and then kind of improve their how fast they can get through the game over time. Just through like trial and error, repetition, stuff like that. In this, it's a different game. You know, it's you have one chance and that's it, and it just wasn't really that enjoyable for me. So I don't think I'm gonna do it again. Plus, you know, honestly, it's probably better to go out on my own terms anyway. I don't know if I would even be able to do a Legends run in 6.4. There's been some, you know, tier 4 class catalysts, some extra tier 4 class catalysts that have been given out that could potentially put people on a different level compared to where I'm going to be at by the time 6.4 hits. You know, I'm not definitely not everyone is going to have a rank 3 6-star, but some people will. That's of course going to put me at a little bit more of a disadvantage. You know, not getting like the Black Friday offer, for example, that actually gives out more tier 5 class catalysts than the chapters do. So, yeah, and I mean, even if I am able to rank 3 a 6-star champion, what are the odds of me getting a, let's say, like a 6-star ghost if I can't even pull a 5-star ghost, or just some 6-star champion that's gonna be able to keep up? Let alone get them awakened or potentially to a higher sig level. The odds, they're just extremely stacked, not in my favor to do a Legends run for 6.4 anyway. So it kind of works out that I don't want to do another run. So you know, it's all right. Like I said, you know, sometimes you try something, sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't, and this was just one of those cases where it didn't. But it's no big deal. Just one champion of many in this game. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and congrats to the top 60, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.